Hello, everybody. This is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I am back with another fall video for you today. A little bit of fall, a little bit of Halloween. I am loving crafting for this season, and I have three gorgeous DIYs, very simple and easy to do with Dollar Tree supplies. So let's just jump right into it. We're going to be using a lot of pumpkins. These big ones I'm showing you right here, the sweater ones, gorgeous, but we're not going to use them because they turned out to be too big for this DIY. So we're just going to use the smaller pumpkins that are on the picks. We're going to use some tumbling tower blocks. I'm showing you the pit berry. Didn't end up using it. I have this small bread, what is this called? Breadboard? Yes, a small breadboard from Dollar Tree, some moss from Dollar Tree. And I have some cardboard and pool noodle. And I will be using my Dixie Belle in the color fluff. So we're going to start out by making some sides for this breadboard. We're going to turn it into a box, a nice cute little floral box, very neutral. It's just going to be the orange and the white, so you can keep it up all through like Thanksgiving, from fall to Halloween to Thanksgiving, because it's very neutral decor. You won't have to put it away right away. So I'm just going to take my cardboard, and I just measured out how high I wanted it to be, trimming it up, making it nice and even. I measured it against the breadboard just to make sure that the height is good. And I'm just going to cut it in half. The height on that is perfect. So I'm just going to cut it in half, and I'm just going to make some curved arms for the side of the breadboard, one for each side, of course. They look like little boots. We're just going to hot glue one to each side. And then I have a piece of cardboard that I'm going to hot glue in the front, and another piece that I'm going to hot glue on the bottom, making my little box so that we can put our pumpkins in it. Came out so cute. And again, I love it that it's neutral and you can keep it up for a while. You guys, thank you so much for stopping by my video today. I'm excited and blessed as always to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you for choosing Dee's Cute and Crafty. And thank you to all of my ride or dies, been with me since the beginning of my journey. Thank you. Thank you for always coming back and showing my channel love and support. I appreciate you so much. So we're just getting everything hot glued down. Then I will go back in and trim up my extra cardboard. I had a little bit on each side that I wanted to trim away, and I used my X-Acto knife to do that. Running a bead of hot glue down the crease or the seam of each one of those corners, just to make sure that my cardboard holds together. And this little box is cute just the way it is. You could paint it and go from there. But of course, I have to make it more sturdy, more rustic, more farmhouse. And I like the tumbling tower blocks for that. It's just like when we did the tiered tray. We put the tumbling tower blocks all the way around, and it made it really sturdy. So we're just going to use that again for this little box. Just going to hot glue them down. And then when we get to the top, I'm going to make another layer. Oh, we're not there yet. We're going to put that last one on. And you guys see that it has a really big overhang to it. I don't have really anything that can cut through that without literally tearing the box apart. So I'm just going to chisel it off. Yep, that's the best way I could figure out how to get that cut off. I thought that they were like evenly spaced out, like it measured all the way through and it came up even on the end. But for some reason, it did not when I actually started gluing it down. And I think it's because the hot glue expands. So it came up where it was a little bit long. But as you can see, I just chiseled it. I just tapped it with that little whittling tool from Dollar Tree. And then it just split right off of there. And now I'm just trimming it up with my knife. And I'm going to sand it a little bit. And it is flush with the back of that breadboard. Just cleaning up any excess glue because I am going to paint this. And wherever there's glue, the paint just doesn't look as well. So we're going to try to clean it up a little bit. And now that that's done, we're going to the part where we're going to double up those tumbling tower blocks, going to stack them on top of each other right there where that curve is. And I ended up having to I have a little small table saw that I picked up at Harbor Freight. I think it was like $70. And it's good for cutting through the tumbling tower blocks really easily. So I just cut the corners of them off and then I rounded them out using my knife and my hand sander. I have an electric sander actually, not my hand sander. I did my electric sander because it was quicker. So we've got that done and I decided to take a little bead and put it on the front of the box to make a little knob so it looks like you can actually pull the drawer open, but you can't, but it looks good. Now I'm going to take some of my pool noodle and just put it in the middle of the box. Pool noodle is, for me, much more affordable and I like using it better than floral foam. It doesn't make quite a mess like floral foam does. So I like pool noodle. Plus, you get this super long piece. So it lasts me way longer than the floral foam does. So I like it. And I did not hot glue the pool noodle into the box. I just set it in there so I can actually take that out if I want to. I did paint the inside of the box, but I did not hot glue that pool noodle down. So now I've got everything painted. I'm just arranging my pumpkins and a little bit of the leaves in the box, and I'll go back in and put my moss around it. If you put your moss in first, it's kind of hard to push through it to get to your pool noodle, to get everything stuck in there. So I'm just cutting the pieces down to the size that I want. And then I'm just going to add everything in there and make it nice and full and then put in my moss. And this is done and ready to be displayed. Very easy to make, very cute, and I really like how it turned out. Again, you can leave this up for a while, all the way up until like Christmas, really. You can leave it up for Thanksgiving. It's very neutral. Moving on to DIY number 2, and this is my favorite of the 3 that I'm showing you today. Going to be using some of those fairy lights, and I have tumbling tower blocks from Dollar General, which are the big ones, and then I have the tower blocks from Dollar Tree, which are the smaller ones. I have some of the Dollar Tree black felt, which is very thin, but for this DIY, it's perfect. I'm glad that it's thin. I will be using some cardboard. And I have the Dollar Tree white marker, I have the apple barrel in pure gold, and I have the Dollar Tree orange paint. I did add some folk art raw sienna so that the paint was more of a brown. So here you see on the cardboard, yes, I have my pencil out, so you know we're going to do a little bit of drawing or hand lettering or both. And on the cardboard, I drew out my jack-o'-lantern. And I did two. I did one that was big and then one that was a little bit smaller because we are going to do a 3D lighted jack-o'-lantern. This came out stunning. I just surprised myself, y'all. I did. Because it came out way better than I envisioned, and I love when that happens. I had a thought in my head, and I've been seeing different things on the internet that I wanted to do, and this came out really well for what we used. I mean, we used cardboard and just some paint and some lights, and it's just really pretty, and I love it. Definitely my favorite. Now you can use MDF board, and I did go back in, and the bigger one is MDF board, and then the smaller one that we're going to layer on top is cardboard. If I'd had another piece of MDF board that I wanted to cut up, I would have done them both that way. But for filming purposes, just to show you guys how to make this, I used cardboard. But by all means, if you have something thicker that you'd like to use to cut these out, do that. So I've painted both pieces in the orange paint, and my blocks, I've gotten them painted in the orange as well. And then I just took the black felt and measured it, traced it out, cut it out so that I can get the eyes, the mouth, and the nose in that black felt. I'm just going to hot glue that down. You actually don't have to use a piece this big. I guess you could just cut out a, a long skinny strip for the eyes and a shorter square for the nose and a long skinny strip for the mouth. But I just put the whole piece on the back. And then this is how it's going to be layered. I'm going to use those tumbling tower blocks to lift it up and give it the 3D look that I'm going for. Just looking at it, making sure everything is lining up the way that I want it to. Now I'm just marking where my blocks need to sit, adding my glue to the back or the bottom, and just getting those glued down. Repositioning, again, just making sure it's going to line up nicely, and then adding some glue to the top of those blocks and placing the second jack-o'-lantern face on top of the other. Going to add one more block to the top. So you guys, for the hat, all I did was cut out a circle of cardboard. However big you want your hat is what you would do. And then I just cut out the little cone shape, and I made it a little bit wonky because I wanted it to be, have more detail to it and not just be a straight cone. So you just cut out make a slit in that circle so that you can put it on top of the head of the jack-o'-lantern. I took my little piece of cardboard and I made a buckle, and then I just threaded a piece of ribbon. I have some gingham in pumpkin orange and tan, and I did that buckle in the apple barrel pure gold, and I just threaded that ribbon through that buckle, and I'm going to hot glue it onto the top of that hat. This is another project where when I get to a point where I can do kits, this would definitely be a kit. And see how we just slide that hat down on there, that brim, adding some glue underneath to make sure that it stays in place, adding some glue on top so that we can put the top of the hat on. I painted the circle on top and underneath, and I painted the hat in the front and the back. So everything's all painted. And now I'm taking my white marker from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to make this pop a little more by trimming out the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. This was so simple to make, and the payoff on this is just cute. I am in love with it, and I probably will make some more. And now I'm just giving the face some lines of demarcation. You know how the pumpkin has those ridges in it. So we're just doing that for this jack-o'-lantern. Going to do the same for the hat. And now we're going to put our large tower blocks on the back so that the jack-o'-lantern can stand on its own. And so we have a place to put our twinkle lights. That battery pack has to sit somewhere. So we're just going to sit it on those blocks. So I thought about gluing these twinkle lights down, but I don't really want to do that. I have a glue gun that is high temp and low temp, so I could put it on low temperature setting, but I don't know. I just didn't want to risk it. So you'll see that mess or menagerie of tape and lights. But this one I'm keeping. This one is mine, and if I were going to sell it or give it away, I'd figure something else out. I would probably just cover it. I would put those lights on and then cover the lights with some more black felt on the back to make it look nice and neat. But since I'm keeping it, I just put the masking tape on the back. It's holding up nicely. And this is fantastic. I have to say, I really like this one. Hands down, my favorite. It may be my favorite of all the fall pieces I've created for you so far. I had to have that little crow sitting there. He seemed to just be perfect for this little jack-o'-lantern. Comment down below, you guys. Let me know which one's your favorite of the three, but this one's definitely mine. Moving on to DIY number 3 and the final one in this video. I have some antique wax by Waverly. I have a piece of MDF that I've already cut into a pumpkin. If you don't feel like doing all that, I'm showing you here that you can get the wood cutouts from Dollar Tree. They were just a little bit bigger than what I wanted. I have all my black markers and my orange markers. I have this large canvas. It's the biggest one that the Dollar Tree has. I think it's 11 by 14. And I have 4 paint stir sticks and a little bit of green and tan gingham ribbon. We're just going to make us a nice fall sign. Quick and easy. Just lining everything up. And we're going to have to cut a little bit off the ends of the top and the bottom paint stir stick. So I'm just making my line so I know where to cut. And I'm taking my wire cutters and I'm just giving the paint stir stick, I'm scoring it. Instead of using my knife, I'm scoring it with the wire cutters. And then it's easy to snap off once you do that. And I'm just going to take my knife and trim it up a little bit, make it smooth. Going to do that for both pieces. And I already went in and wrote what I wanted on my canvas. So we'll get to that in a second. But here you see me just staining my paint stir sticks with the Waverly Antique Wax. I love using the baby wipe for that because it saves me a step. I don't have to paint it on and then wipe it off. I just use a baby wipe and wipe it on and we're done. So now that those are sitting to the side so they can fully dry, I am going in with my Sharpie and I am writing the word fall. And then I am going to write a whole saying about fall. I've seen this on Amazon and I knew I could make one of my own. So this is what I'm doing. I did go back in with my Sharpie and make the word fall a lot thicker because I felt like it needed to stand out. So if you guys have like a Cricut or Silhouette or anything like that, you could definitely go into your Cricut and print all this out, and then you could just apply it that way. But I don't have that, as you guys know. So I hand letter everything that I do, and I enjoy hand lettering actually. So this is actually fun for me, and it keeps me sharp, keeps my handwriting nice. Practice, practice, practice. That's really all I do. It's just practice, you guys. So my sign says fall, cozy sweaters, crisp evenings, apple picking, pumpkin everything. This is perfect for a girl who loves pumpkin spice. But you know, I only like pumpkin spice creamer and possibly pumpkin bread. I don't like pumpkin cookies. I don't like pumpkin pie. I don't like pumpkin anything else except Bath and Body's pecan pumpkin waffle candles. Oh my goodness, if you don't have one, you need to run out and get one. It is the epitome of fall. They smell amazing. I only get them when they're on sale. I don't pay full price for them. Even though I love them, I will wait. But when they're on sale, I usually get about 4 to get me through the fall season. You guys, if you have a favorite candle from Bath and Body that you burn this time of year, let me know in the comments. Do you like leaves? Do you like sweater weather? Do you like pecan pumpkin waffle? What's your favorite candle right now? I'd be interested in knowing that. And it may not be a Bath and Body candle. It might be a Yankee candle. I love those too. So here you see me just getting my trim hot glued down. And I am going to, because I can't help it, I'm going to go back in and dry brush it with a little bit of the Rust-Oleum chalk paint in chiffon cream. And then I am going to put my jute cord on the back, and she's going to be all ready to be displayed. Just going to make a little bow for this pumpkin and get that attached, and we're done. Simple and cute. I really like it. Everything in this video I absolutely adore. So it was hard to make a choice, but the jack-o'-lantern, oh Jack, he won out. I have to give it to him. Jack stole the show. And here it is, all done. I love it. And I hope you guys do too. Don't forget, if you're enjoying this content, please give it a big fat thumbs up. That lets YouTube know you're enjoying my content, keeps me in the algorithm, helps my channel to grow. Other people can see me and maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Share me out to your friends and family. And this is the reveal of the 3 pieces that I've created for you today. Again, comment down below. Let me know which one is your favorite. And let me know which candle is your favorite candle, if you have one. Thank you so much for being here today. As always, I need you to be blessed. Stay safe. And until I see you in my next one, craft something beautiful today. Bye.